If you've built a business around your skills, coaching, consulting, or advising clients online, and you know your work changes lives, but you're still not at consistent 10K months and you can't figure out what's missing, then this is exactly where you need to be. On this training, I'm going to show you how I went from inconsistent months to building a coaching business that bringing in consistent high ticket clients, giving me the financial freedom I want while working from anywhere in the planet. Now, I know you've already built something. You have experience. You've had some paid clients. You're showing up online. You've invested in courses, in coaching, in group programs, maybe even masterminds, but something's still not clicking. You've got the skills, you've got the drive, and yet you're still questioning, is my content converting or is just filling space? Is my lead gen actually working? Why are my sales calls a hit or miss? And why is everything so inconsistent? 1 month I get 2 clients and then I go on 2 months with no clients at all. I know you're not starting from scratch, but you're tired of plateauing at inconsistent income months where everything depends on your energy. And it's not that you're not working hard, you are probably doing too much actually, but with no repeatable, scalable system. Here's the truth: what got you here won't get you there. The strategies you use to sign your first few clients, they are not enough to grow to your 10K months. The content you are posting might be high effort but low conversion. In your sales process, it probably works sometimes, but it's not systematized enough to be sustainable. And when you're not using automation and AI the right way, and you keep setting up new systems, trying to save time and be more productive, that's a recipe for burnout, not real growth. And all of that keeps chipping away at your self confidence. You feel frustrated, stuck, and deep down, maybe even ashamed that your business doesn't reflect how good you actually are. So if you've been thinking, maybe I'm just not cut out for this, that's not the issue. You are not exhausted from working hard, you're drained from not having the right system. You don't have a conversion problem, you don't have a value problem. You have a sales system problem. And the good news is that I went through that too. And after having my business for 10 years now, I found a way to fix all of that. And now I share with my clients inside my program my entire magnetic sales method. And before I walk you through the full system we use, I need you to hear this. There is a way to wake up excited about your business again. You can have consistent high ticket clients, do work that you are proud of, and still have the freedom to enjoy your life from anywhere in the planet. Because when the right sales systems are in place, you get to work smart, have fun, and grow your business without burning out. That feeling of always being behind, the anxiety about where your next client is coming from, it goes away when you have the right system. And if you're feeling stuck or even a little embarrassed because you thought you would be further by now, I get it. But it's not your fault. You just don't have the right system yet. And that's exactly what I'm about to show you. Now, if we haven't met yet, I'm Simone Talarico Ross. And I left my journalism career to build my own business about 10 years ago. And at first, I thought I had the perfect foundation. I knew communication, messaging, and I've always been a good writer. But sales, that part felt awkward, misaligned, and honestly exhausting. I knew I could help people, but getting them to say yes felt like this weird guessing game. I had some wins, but the results were very unpredictable until I built a system. Not only a sales script, but a system that matched my values, my voice, and my vision, and that let me have my dream life with financial and location freedom. Now I teach it to coaches, consultants, and experts just like you. So let me show you how I turned things around and what steps you need to take to start signing up high ticket clients so that you get to your 10K months, even if you don't have a big audience and you are not a natural salesperson. There are four simple things you need to have to build a successful business: clarity, conviction, communication, and connection. Now, how you implement all that inside a system that works in your business? That's exactly what I'm going to show you how to do. I'm going to walk you through the exact system that helps my clients go from inconsistent months to a business that actually brings in 10K or more per month without burning themselves out and without feeling like they are guessing. Now, the first thing we do is actually something most people skip, and I call it the market match mastery. What is, in essence, getting clarity in a big way on your niche. And I'm not talking about just picking a title or slapping together an ideal client avatar. I'm talking about really owning your space. Because here's what happens: a lot of my clients come to me already working hard, already helping people, but their message is too general or too soft. And that's because they don't have clarity on their niche. And deep down, they know it. They say things like, I help people feel more confident, or I support women through transitions. But that kind of message doesn't land with people, it doesn't stick, it doesn't move someone to action. So, in this step, we dive deep into who you're here to serve, what problem you solve for these people, and how to talk about it in a way that makes your ideal client say, that's exactly what I need. Because if people aren't reaching out to you, booking calls consistently, or saying yes, it's your lack of clarity, or as I call it, your market match. Now, after getting real clarity on your niche and developing your market match mastery, we move into the part where everything starts making sense. This next step is called the must have offer mapping, because this is where we look at your offer and we reshape it into something that's actually desirable, not just helpful. Now, here's where I need to clear up a big misconception, because a lot of people tell me, Simone, I don't need to work on this part. My program is amazing. And listen, I don't doubt that. You might be delivering real transformation to your clients, but this isn't about how good your program is. This is about how well it's positioned out there in the online space, in the market. For us, online business owners, your offer is how you package your program or your services. Or, as we would say it in a marketing jargon, how you position your offer. Because if you don't know how to talk about your offer in a way that your ideal client instantly gets it, if you don't know how to really package your expertise into something that people actually want to buy, then it doesn't matter how great it is, it's not going to sell the way it could. So let me say this clearly: if your offer isn't solving an urgent, tangible problem, it won't sell consistently. And if you're offering 12 sessions for $497, you're going to burn out. So on this step, we clean it all up. We build an offer that works for your personality and your energy, that solves a meaningful, tangible problem your client would gladly pay to solve. And that positions you as a trusted expert, not just another helper. And here's what happens next: you stop questioning your prices, you stop tweaking your offer every other week, you stop wondering, if people will buy, because now you have conviction and conviction that your offer is powerful, positioned, and worth every dollar. And that conviction, it shows up in every conversation, every post, every sales call. Now, after we have that solid foundation, clarity in your niche, and conviction in your offer, the next step is to start speaking the language your audience actually hears. You need to learn how to communicate through what I call market proof content. So let's talk about content for a second, because you know that posting every day isn't the goal. Creating desire and trust is. So many of my clients were posting, going live, doing carousels, but getting nothing but likes and DMs that say, "Oh, you're so inspiring." That's visibility, not conversion. It's important, but not enough. To get to that 10K month, you need to go further, because people buy with their emotion, but they need to justify their decisions with logic. So you need to speak to both sides of them. So, on this step, we work on that. We create content that makes people feel like you're reading their mind and builds trust before you even start talking to them in the DMs. So, it actually makes people think, wow, she can help me. So, this kind of content builds authority without you needing to go viral or dance on videos, because you learn how to communicate with their logical and their emotional sides. Now, the issue is that most people stop here. They are creating content, but that's not enough. After your content is out, you can't just wait for them to come to you. And it's also not time for you to do those outreach strategies to cold people that know nothing about you. It's time to build something most people don't even realize they are missing. I call it the marketing that multiplies, which means that you need to really connect with people. You need a good lead generation system. And you probably heard that. And maybe you have some kind of lead generation, but you're attracting the wrong people. And on this step, you need to attract the right leads. Now, if you're still relying on referrals, random followers, or posting and praying, you're not actually in control of your business. Let's just call it what it is. You need a system that brings in new qualified leads consistently, not just one time during a launch. And I teach you how to use the content you're already creating with our strategy to guide people into your space with intention. And then communicating with them in a way that doesn't take you to the friend zone where they're never going to buy from you, but actually communicating with them to show them that you are the person that can help them. You just need to find out if they're a good client for you. This part isn't about chasing people or cold DMing. It's about knowing exactly where your next client is coming from. Because when you know how to attract the right leads, you'll never have to guess when your next sale is coming. Now, once the right leads are coming in, we fix the part that makes so many women feel stuck or salesy by using what I call the modern sales method. This step right here changes everything, because sales isn't about convincing, it's about connecting. You don't need a million scripts. You don't need pressure tactics or fake urgency, but you do need a process that helps the right people say yes without over explaining, over coaching, or giving discounts just to close the deal. So, in this step, we build your sales system that has a structure for your conversations, a way to filter out the wrong clients before the call, and a script that feels natural, not pushy. Now, to be completely transparent, that was the part that took me longer, because I wasn't natural at sales. I had no experience selling anything. I felt really uncomfortable. But when I implemented this method, everything seemed so much simpler. I was so relieved to be able to sell with ease. And if you ever said, I'm just not good at sales, this part will surprise you. Now, I said there were four elements, but I have an extra one for you because after you have clarity on your niche and you build conviction on your offer because you know how to position it in the market, and then you learn how to communicate, generate the right leads and the content for you, and you master connecting with your prospects on your sales process using our system, there is one element that holds everything else together, and it is your mindset. Trust me on this because after years of working with business owners and sharing all my strategies with them step by step, I could see the difference between those that worked on their mindset and had results real fast and those that didn't and got stuck so many times and needed a lot of help because they had so much self doubt. They were overthinking each step, really. So I decided to create trainings that not only taught theories about mindset, but that actually had the same practices I use. So it can help you move forward if you ever get stuck. I call this part of the training mindset activation because you can have the perfect offer, strategy, niche, but if you don't trust yourself to grow, you will block every move you try to make. So, in this last part, we work on your mindset, but not with fluffy affirmations. We really work on the core identity shifts you need to go from I hope this works to saying, I know exactly how I create results. Because here's the truth, if you don't believe in your ability to sign clients consistently, you will sabotage even the best strategies. And this part this of the training really helps you reset your standard and show up like the CEO of a 10K month business even before the money is in your account. Now, I want you to take a breath and I want you to imagine what would your life look like if you were making 10K a month with clients who find you, love your work, and pay you for the results you provide. You wouldn't just be making money, you would be buying back your time. Maybe you would travel more with more time to enjoy the places you visit. Maybe you'll be more present with your family and stop saying things like, hey, just one more minute, just one more email I have to send. You would feel proud to share your work because it's working. That's what my clients experience. And that's what's possible for you. I know you've been told you need more followers, that you need to go viral, or that you need to create a podcast, a YouTube channel, a book, or endless content. But I'm here to tell you you don't need to be louder. You need to be clearer and you need to be strategic. When you speak with your soul and conviction, people listen. When you have clarity, conviction, you know how to communicate and you connect, people lean in, they listen, and they buy because you're no longer trying to convince, you're finally connecting. If something in your heart is whispering, this is for me, I am ready for my 10K months. I want to personally invite you to book a free strategy session with me. This session is a call for clarity where we will explore your business, your goals, and see if the magnetic sales method is the right next step for you. You will leave this call knowing what to do next, with an honest direction from someone who gets it, whether you get inside our program or not. But I only offer a few of these calls each week, so if you're ready, don't wait. You didn't leave your job to hustle harder and doubt yourself more. You left it to build a business with meaning, freedom, and impact. That's what I'll help you create. Click the button to book your free strategy session now. And let's discover together if this is your moment. Your voice is magnetic. Let's make it profitable too.